Hello, hello. How is everyone? I hope we are well. I hope we are well. If by any chance you are new, I am Suzzy. I am an astrologer and metaphysical practitioner with some clairsentient and claircognizant gifts. And I work within a trauma-informed space. My extra certifications are in trauma-informed support and in ethics. So I am here to read for you. These readings are good if you are Libra through Scorpio placements, any kind of placements, but also if you have Venus, Mars, Pluto, Jupiter, Neptune, Uranus, Saturn by your ascendant, or those are the placements that run your chart. Also, if you just feel called, then there might be a message in here for you. Let me turn this whole shenanigans on Do Not Disturb. Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a good weekend. It's a gorgeous day by me, like absolutely stunning. And so I hope if it's gorgeous by you, you get at least some fresh air. Today's a good day to open the windows before the real cold hits. Hi, Juan and James and Charlie and Renata and Maricela and Anastasia. Hi. And I think Lee is in here. Hi, Shiganamafal and Shauna. I hope I'm catching everybody. If I don't say hi, it's because I don't see you. One of the things we like in this community, and this is no doubt the community that Love built, people in the chat are as responsible for any kind of like good vibes or chill feeling or just fun and relaxed and no facade and no BS. That is all them as well. So please feel free to join the community because you get a lot more than just me in the deal. I don't know that she's hiding. She's just got other things going on. It was pandemonium in my house this morning. But, you know. Okay, so we're going to start with Libra. I don't think I have any other announcements. I don't think so. I put up a thing for the members that like, did you want just like an extra bonus video content? Also, or extended earth signs absolutely are tardy. The Uranus stuff. By the way, if anybody was watching on Friday night, let's thank Nicole, but also I checked out my astrology for January 9th. Oh. Yeah. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. And I checked it out 6 ways till next Sunday, the progress chart, all of it. We'll just wait and see. Anyhow, but things have been wonky and technology was problematic this weekend. I have Uranus very strong on my chart. So, hi, Adva. So it's going to be tardy, but you'll have that later today. But also as a bonus content, I was thinking of just like not a tarot class. Tarot classes will probably be up either near Christmas or right after. But I think I remember saying I have almost 40 decks when I was at my mom's, so I don't even know what it is now. But I was thinking about going over, and what I wanted to talk about was like the artwork. If they have any extra, some of them have extra cards, some of them that have things that make them extra interesting. Some have some more history as far as like the writer of the, so that was the kind of like a card tutorial. Suggestions for like first decks, that kind of thing. Not so much a tarot class, and not instead of one of our Zoom parties. If you know, you know. So that would have been the extra content because people thought that I meant instead of a Zoom class, I think 1 or 2. So I just wanted to clear that up. Okay. And please be watching for the polls and everything. Okay. And it looks like you're all are picking Sunday. The whole community. If you're here and you weren't here in the last couple of times, there's a poll on the community tab. For everyone to collectively pick, we need to pick one time for me to be doing the weekend tarot. It's gotten moved a couple times for different reasons and the times. So I want it to be accessible for you guys and accessible for as many people. Obviously, people can watch it in a replay, but it's fun to kind of catch the live chat and catch the people. Hi, Fire Spirit. Okay. Yeah, Nicole's amazing. Yeah, we talked about it. So we're not going to do a combo live until her audio issues get fixed. I think she's having the problem with her cable that I had when I was at my mom's, when the cable was like underground and there was no upgrading it. I think she's just having issues with her actual, the streaming capabilities of the Wi-Fi available to her. So we're talking about how she can get boosters, and I might send her a couple of things that I have that I don't need anymore that I needed at my mom's when that was an issue for me too. Okay. Let's get into Libra. This is Libra, Venus near your ascendant, or if you're Taurus rising, this could also resonate because Venus is running your chart. Of course, the South Node is in Libra, and if you didn't watch the Gemini full moon special that Nicole and I did Friday, you could catch that to get some of the insights. It's a little long. My expert tip is to go on the little sprocket. It'll be literally in the same window that the video is in, and there's a little sprocket. Speed us up. And then you'll be able to just get through it faster. But we go through each rising sign. And one of the things that I talked about is we didn't have time to get into it Friday, and that might be its own tarot special that I might do. But there is a South Node and Venus and Libra conjunction happening around that same time. That's going to be really, really interesting. That's going to Libras. This is going to affect everyone, but Libras especially. I want to say it's at 21 degrees, so it's not really talking to that moon, which is at 4 degrees and 51 minutes. But it's around 21 degrees. So anybody, happy birthday, Vanessa. Anybody with Libra or air signs, Gemini, Aquarius, or Cardinal, Cancer, Aries, and Capricorn that have things around 21 degrees, this is going to be extra interesting for you because it's going to bring back something, whether that's communication, it's an air sign, whether it's just a piece of information that falls on your lap without somebody communicating with you. Something is going to come back and probably give you a piece of your self-worth and balance between like to help your self-worth to actually help you with any kind of low-key codependency issues you may have when you're in a relationship. And a lot of people aren't codependent like in any other way in life, but then when they really fall in love, that codependency, depending on their like placements, their early childhood experiences, all of that stuff can kind of kick in. So it's going to be a help. It's just coming along as a bonus. And so for Libra, that is really going to be interesting. And I want my Libra placements, and I want people with those around 21 degrees in either cardinal or air to please leave a comment on this. Hi, Erica. To leave a comment on this later after the 27th or you know, 2 weeks after that full moon, and let me know if anything happened around that time that brought you back something that restored, healed a piece of self-esteem, and help healed a piece, even if it doesn't heal you to bring you back into relationship, it's for you. It's for you, and it's about old bad habits being given love to, given, you know, value where you weren't feeling value. And it's going to be a lot about codependency. So I'm super, super interested to see what happens for everybody during that transit. Okay. So what I got really interesting for Libra is we have the Empress, the Ace of Swords, and the Three of Cups. So, you know, and I mean, stuff is moving into Libra. These are great cards, quite honestly. Libra's 7th house placements, Venus on near the ascendant, or even a Taurus rising. You know, the Empress is kind of the opposite of codependency. It's the understanding. It's emotional maturity. It's spiritual maturity. It is understanding your inner power without overpowering other. The Ace of Swords, there's some kind of epiphany here. I think that is helping that Empress, that Empress vibe that you have right now. Libras, I don't know if you just, hi Nikki, I don't know if you just had like this long ass conversation with a bunch of girlfriends, or there's this could be reuniting. The Three of Cups is a lot of things. Yes, it could be seen as like sisterhood, family, it's support at times. There's also a layer of, you know, there's rejoicing, but some of that rejoicing sometimes can be from a reunion, or so for some of you, this may be about friendship. This may be the South Node Venus kind of kicking in early. I feel like let the conversations go deep. What I'm feeling, especially for someone, is there's something around vulnerability, where maybe they don't let the conversations get to the point where they're really personal. They feel awkward, or they giggle things off, is what I'm hearing. Like, you know, somebody saying something, oh, well, you know, that person brought out the worst in me because A, B, C, D, and it didn't feel like light conversation. And you might have like giggled or done that. Like I do the dark humor deflection, right? Like whatever our personal deflections, this is uncomfortable, so I'm going to make light of it or kind of try to ease out of the moment. Don't do that. Whatever epiphany, whatever information is coming your way, ooh, itchy nose. Libra, you can handle it. The thing is that this brings back a connection one way or another, whether it's friendship or whether it's a romantic connection. This brings back something, and this feels celebratory. This feels like this has to do with something where their wires got crossed a while back. I feel like it's almost more than a year. It's at least 9 months. And something kind of went cold. And there was Jan. Oh, I have Jan and Alien in the chat. Bad kids on the back of the bus. My favorite. I was the bad kid on the back of the bus. Just saying. So there's no judgment when I say that. Whatever, there was crossed wires. There was like miscommunication, or there was a third party. And I want to say it was a female. There's a third party, either gossipy at work or just a third party like leaning into somebody's ear, whether it was your ear or the other person's ear, that kind of really made shit go sideways. Yeah. When that happened, you may have not had the inner confidence that you have now. When I don't know I want to like fight. I feel like this was a fight. My nose is so itchy. I feel like when this happened, there was a little bit of a fight, but not a big fight, but there was a lot of fighting behind the scenes. There was a lot of talking behind the scenes, and nothing was getting repaired between the two people. I don't know that you guys could hear each other at the time. That third party is not as much, either they're not around or the other person has seen that person for who they are. But there is something coming back here, Libra. This is time needed to happen. Also, there are things that you both learned in this space apart that you wouldn't have about yourselves. Like, there was some growth. There was some growth there for sure. Yeah, we're doing Libra through Pisces. Also, any placements in houses through 7 through 12. And people who have Venus, Pluto, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune near their ascendant, or those are running. So like, even if you're a Taurus rising, that Libra reading might have resonated. So all right, Jan, then you're in the right place. Let's move on to Scorpio. I have 2 Into the Woods readings that I have to like put up. My problem is when I record them on the phone, I can put them up all over. When I record them with my computer and then I go to put them on platforms that only take the phone, you know what I'm saying? My face is like here. It's like, it's not relaxing. I look like the baby from Teletubbies. Like, just no one wants that. I'm very, very sure. I may have underestimated what people want when I'm putting up the polls. It's never the thing I think. But I'm very sure that nobody wants or needs my face like the Teletubby baby in the sun. This close. It's not relaxing if the whole point of... So I'm trying to figure out how I record them. So that is good for everything. Okay. I did the one that I showed my daughter. I was like, this is terrifying. And I have that thing where I swear to God, it's not. I feel like a lot of people have it. But like certain cameras, I had to use different cameras to do the duet with Nicole. So it's not my normal cameras. And my one eye looks half the size and in a different place on my face. So like when I was using the camera, the regular computer camera and trying to record, and then I try to put it in phone mode, very Quasimodo. Not very distracting, not relaxing. Okay. Scorpios, how are you doing, Scorpios? We're saying goodbye to Scorpio season. Next time I see you all will be Wednesday. It'll officially be Sagittarius season. We will be Wednesday. We are on fire signs, and then we will start to move on. Hey, Gemini love. We'll start to move on and do December, January readings with water all over again the first week of Okay, was saying that if you have moon and rising in the first house, which you do, you tend to have more round, but you have a long face. I think it depends. Like, I don't have sun or moon in the first house, so I'm a bad example. I've done TikTok videos where I turn my head to the side and it's like, look at the real estate between the bottom of my eye and my jawline. It's very, very, very long. I do not have a proportioned face because I'm a Virgo rising. We tend to have very long, lots of cheek space. So, so it depends on your rising. You could be, that's almost like a given with a Virgo rising. So, you know, I'm not saying that I know you're a Gemini rising, but your Mercury run faces tend to be a little longer, especially Virgo. But Mercury is very fast, so it's hard to explain, but that can you are Gemini rising, are you not, Charlie? I think you're a Gemini rising. So even if you have sun or moon in the first house, Mercury's still running your chart and still has something to do with how you look. You are Gemini rising. Okay, yeah. Connie Jo was rarely wrong, so, but that long face can just balance out that roundness. That's it. I think Virgo rising is kind of the easiest. Virgo, and there's something about Capricorn risings, especially females, and Aquarius rising men. I think those are the three easiest. Just like look at somebody and be like, are you this rising sign? Oh, what is happening? That was weird. My whole screen just went away. Okay, this is a very interesting conversation, but probably everybody who came to watch tarot was like, what are they doing right now? That would be an interesting conversation to have in like one of the members' Zoom party things. Or we could do that. I want to have a Christmas party, y'all. I want to have a Christmas party, like a Zoom one. And if we do that, that could be like, we could play a Guess the Rising from people's faces. I could give you criteria to help you, and we could play, because I want to play a whole bunch of games. I found virtual escape rooms for a Christmas party, y'all. Can you imagine we would get split up into breakout rooms and... Hi, Jacqueline. We would get, split up into breakout rooms, into groups, and then see who could do the escape room the fastest. What? I've been going down rabbit holes of things we could do on a Christmas party. Okay. But we could have a Guess the Rising sign game. That will be for everyone. There might be I have like 825 subscribers, so there may be like a very, very small, like $4 or less to get a ticket for the Christmas party, but there'll be prizes so that you're kind of getting your $4 back. And I just want to make sure that it's not just inundated. Like if I leave it open to everybody that subscribes, we can end up with like old trolls and stuff like that. We don't want that. So just enough to keep out people that would ruin it. And yeah. Right? Yes. Okay. Scorpio, Mars, Pluto on the ascendant, and placements in the 8th house. Okay. And it'll be a holiday party. We'll probably have it in January so people don't feel like they have another thing to do right before the holidays. But I mean, January is like less than 6 weeks away. Yuck. 2024 is less than 6 weeks away. What? So you'll still be hearing about the holiday party soon. Okay. So we have very interesting Scorpio. Love Steve. Didn't on the first season. Just love Steve. Mama Steve. He's got mad Cancer energy. Okay. So we have the Queen of Wands in reverse, and we have the 10 of Scoops, which is the 10 of Pentacles. So this is really interesting. We have the Sun sideways. I'm going to tell you right now, Scorpios, you may be at a place where Scorpio, 8th house placements, Pluto, Mars. So you could be Aries rising too. Or Pluto and Mars near the ascendant, which, you know, that's me. I feel like for this, you may have thought that like when you got a certain amount of, because we have the 10 of Pentacles here, you may have thought a certain amount of stability, monetary stability, feeling safe within your monetary gains, having things like kind of, there may have been a lot of chaos, Scorpio, maybe. And you know, you had the nodes and the eclipses in your season for a year and a half. But it feels like things may have like finally balanced out. And because there was so much chaos before, when everything balanced out, you thought when everything balances out, I'll be able to be happy again. I won't be so stressed. And what happened is that everything balanced out, tapered off, and like maybe finances got, you know, you may even got a little infusion economically, which by the way, if anybody's getting like an economic infusion by one way or another, if you live in one of the states that's doing the stimulus checks, if you got a little raise, if there is a bonus, if you got a job offer where there's a little extra, please do me a favor. And I just had this in a session, so they're probably going to laugh right now, but put that money away. Okay. Show Big Dad's, you know, Big Bad Sky Daddy Saturn that you know how to be responsible. Y'all may be getting something that feels like extra right now, and it will not feel like extra. This is especially true of 8th house placements. It may feel like extra right now. Spring, I don't want to get too into it, but spring, you know, when you like put away for a rainy day, consider spring rainy. Just, I hope you are all hearing me, my lovely, beautiful community. Don't go too much into consumerism for Christmas. Yeah, Zaddy Saturn. Show them that you're a bunch of good boys and girls. And put it away for a rainy day, because spring's gonna be rainy, babies. All right? Just hear me on that. Okay. Not scary, but you'll be glad. Okay? Show that Big Bad Sky Daddy how responsible you are. Okay. I figure everybody will hear me. All right. Back to the Scorpio reading. Queen of Wands, the thing about this 10 of Pentacles is really interesting, is like, he does not look thrilled, right? And we know it's Steve, and he wants everything to be okay, and he's got that Cancer energy. He's got that, like, he's got daddy energy. He's got daddy and mommy energy. In real life too, evidently. He like takes care of the whole cast. It's so cute. Especially when the littles were little, he was very protective of things that were getting asked in interviews and everything. So like, he does not look like he is off his guard. So here we have that 10 of Pentacles. This is the happy ending card. Scorpio loves a happy ending, right? But he doesn't look relaxed. And one of the reasons he does not look relaxed is because we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. There's two things here with Queen of Wands in reverse, and the Sun is sideways. You feel like you should be able to be happy now, right? Chaos is kind of quelled. A little extra money, a little extra stability is in, right? One, you may just be suspicious, waiting for the other shoe to drop. Scorpio, don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Well, Jan, of course you would like your happy ending that way. The Queen of Wands. Now, when she's in reverse, there's a couple of things. One, this is somebody who could feel insecure. You could feel dispassionate. You could feel out of energy and not with the motivation that you usually feel. I'm going to invite Scorpio. This is not groundbreaking, and certainly it probably is not super psychic of me, but I want all of my Scorpio placements, and I know there's a ton because me and Scorpio are peanut butter and jelly, so I have a bunch in here. And 8th house placements and Pluto on the ascendant, Mars on the ascendant, and just anyone who's had a lot of trauma also. I want you to sit with the idea gently and lovingly and without shame or judgment for yourself and think about the fact, am I more energized in crisis? Do I find that there is a lack of motivation if I'm not having to fix something? When there is no chaos, have I trained my brain to think that it can relax? And I have a very blurry line between what is relaxed, because I don't always really feel relaxed because I'm kind of waiting for the next thing anyway, and it just feels like unmotivated and sucked out of my energy. Do I run on such a high functioning survival back, that hippocampus, right? Do I run out of my survival brain so much that it feeds my fight or flight into fight? And when I don't have anything that I feel like I absolutely have to fight, when I relax, does it low-key feel like a little bit of maybe, like, is this functioning depression? Is this, you know, feeling unmotivated and I should be happy, and why aren't I happy? It's a very, very, very common thing. But with the 10 of Pentacles here, with everything lined up, the Sun is sideways and that Queen of Wands in reverse, I don't want you to sit in suspicion of what's the next thing, right? I don't. I want you to enjoy, you know, we enjoy life. We glean the most happiness for ourselves and chemically in our brain. It's neuroscience. When we can live in the moment, right? Depression is living in the past. Anxiety is living in the future. And uncertainty or regret, right? All of those things. Living in the now is hard. Of course, we have to plan for tomorrow. I just finished. I know you're like, could you be more of a hypocrite? You just told us all to save for a rainy day. Now you're saying, don't worry about tomorrow. Make up your mind, Susie, right? I get it. We still pragmatically still have to plan for tomorrow. But what I'm saying is that please explore if that Mars runs Scorpio energy and that Pluto runs Scorpio energy. Doesn't, like, it's that old adage where, like, you could feel like I cannot keep my house clean. I cannot get my house clean. Or like I clean one room and I can't. But then you find out somebody's coming over and in an hour and a half, you can clean your room like you're ready to show it, to sell it. That crisis mode, right? All of a sudden, boom, 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 everything's getting done. When we look back at times in life of crisis, we think, I don't know how I did that. I am tired a lot lately. I'm also older, right? But I think back like, my God, as a single mom, I worked 3 jobs and still made sure I was like funny and had games and everything else for my kids. I worked 3 jobs all the time. At one point, I worked 2 jobs, had a small child on a, with going back and forth to Philadelphia for Children's Hospital, animals, and a house. And sometimes it was a business, a bunch of stuff, right? But like, I think like, how did I do that? I don't know. Because my trauma brain kicked in, right? My trauma brain said, we have to do this. We don't have a choice. You're a survivor. Go get shit done. There are people depending on you. If you don't have to save yourself, save the ship. If the ship isn't on fire and sinking at the same time, can you be happy for yourself? Do you know what that looks like? I mean, the other thing that this could be is that everything seems good at home. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to get real personal here for a second, Scorpios, Mars, Pluto, and you could be either, up for a reunion with somebody that there was disloyalty. Cross watchers, take this as you need to. You could have been in a relationship with somebody where somebody cheated either emotionally, which sometimes feels worse if you find words of like love to another person and they were never physical, or there was physical cheating. There was some kind of lying. There was some kind of something. Either everything seems okay and you can't relax because in the back of your head, you're thinking it's going to happen again. Like either it's 10 of Pentacles, does not seem relaxed. Queen of Wands is often, especially in reverse, is often my card for maybe a third party person that still wants what you have and will not stop at trying to get that for themselves. And we have the Sun, like everything's going well. Maybe you exchange each other's, like everybody's got each other's codes or emails, whatever works in your relationship, right? But still something in you does not feel settled. The other thing is so that's if you're in the relationship and you've repaired it, which is possible, right? Something in you does not feel settled. The other thing is you could be up for a reunion with somebody and worried that it'll happen again. Everybody's matured. It could have been years. Regardless of how this is your situation, whether you're having a hard time feeling motivated and happy, you feel like you're storing up for the next crisis. All of your energy is being saved and stored up for your next crisis. Or if this is about wanting to trust something and feeling like you can't, or that that person is just always waiting for a crack into your relationship. I'm not going to get into a whole thing about third parties and cracks in relationships and all that. But this is everything seemingly going well and still having a hard time feeling completely happy. There's so many moments of happiness, but you don't know that like sits with you. If you're not in the active moment of laughing, if you're not in the active moment of some kind of intimacy that just makes you feel so complete with this person, then when you're to your own thoughts, you kind of can't find the happy. Now I'm very interested. We have 10 days till we'll be doing water signs again for December, January. I'm very interested to do the big read for Scorpio, although that felt like a big read. Okay, we are on Sagittarius. It's almost Sag season. Okay. I don't want no scrub. Okay, so interesting. While I shuffle, let me tell you all this. I just found this out on TikTok. So I think we all know, unless you've been living under a rock, that you ought to know. Well, I'm here to remind you is written about Dave Coulier, who played Uncle Joey on Full House. Cut it out, right? Like that song about when I hope you feel it when I scratch my nails on down somebody else's back is written about Uncle Joey is like, right? That I've known for years. No Scrubs, the line about trying to hollering at me from your best friend's ride, hanging outside the passenger side of your best friend's ride, trying to holler at me is also about Dave Coulier. TLC was like in the 90s and John Stamos was in the car and Dave Coulier was yelling at them while they're in their cars. So that line is also about how much trouble could Dave Coulier get into lyrically in the 90s? Evidently a lot. One of the, either obviously T-Boz or Chili just confirmed that line was inspired by Dave Coulier yelling out John Stamos' passenger side. I mean, the guy with the bad mullet and the dad bod when he was still in his 20s going, cut it out. You just never know. It's that quiet storm. I mean, we all know how he acts in the theater now, thanks to the other song. It's like he's hollering outside. That just gave me the giggles for hours. So I figured I should share that with all of you. And it's a very appropriate thing to tell you right before I'm about to read for Sag. Uncle Joey's a scrub. It makes me so happy. Cancer would have been last week. Hey, Mystic Harmony. How you been? Okay, so Sages. Six of Swords, maybe dealing with a Taurus. I'll explain that. I know that's an air sign. Just there's another reason I'm getting that. And then we have the Five of Wands here. For me, Five of Wands is inner conflict. It's inner conflict. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Listen, it's in reverse, but if you've been in my community long enough, and if you're new, welcome. But you know that the Wheel of Fortune and the World, it's a wheel. And the way that we see the animals or the zodiacs, this actually looks like the Chinese zodiac on this one, which is interesting. But we have the power to move it. So if it's in reverse, it just means what needs to be shifted to access that Wheel of Fortune. Also, Wheel of Fortune is a 10. So it's a closing of a chapter, where the World is like the closing of a book. Real American, Emily told me what you and Juan were talking about and little baby Julia, and I cried so hard. I want to make you a little go to sleep, baby Julia tape. That is insane to me. Yeah. So I might make you a little recording and send it to you. Make sure I have your address. Make sure I have your email address. Email me. Because that made me cry. I just was in shock. I told Emily you should have recorded my reaction to telling me that, because I did not see that in the last chat. That's the sweetest thing. Okay. So the Five of Wands is inner conflict. Six of Swords. So there's, you probably are not, You might have already left someplace because the Six of Swords kind of came out in this order. So you might have already left someplace or have one foot out the door or let them know you were going, whether that's a job or a relationship. And I've had enough of your shit, right? And then this Wheel of Fortune, there could be inner conflict about whether you made the right decision with your choices. You went to go leave choppy waters for smooth waters, which is what that Six of Swords is about. What's interesting is that we still have the moon kind of, occluded here with clouds. And while it's a little brighter here, and while it's a little smoother here, it's not much. This Six of Swords, that's why artworks count out. That's why artwork on a tarot card counts. I can speak. So when we have that inner conflict, it could be because you're like, did I just trade one bad thing for another? Is this sustainable? Something that you changed, something that you, I want to pull another card for this so bad. I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. I feel like I'm about to be completely unhelpful. How's that for raw honesty and authenticity? I feel like Sagittarius, I'm about to be completely unhelpful to you, which is why you come here, right? For me to be unhelpful and give you zero guidance. This feels like time. This feels like something you don't know. This feels like something is going to unravel or reveal. Now, don't forget, you have that full moon in Gemini, which is opposing the Sag Sun and the Sag Mars. Full moons reveal truth. I feel like something, and of course you're Sag, because so you'd like what you don't know, you still know. We're pulling another card. Yes, we are. Okay. That was too many. If that's what they want us to know, it'll come out again. I don't know what to do to me. Me acting in such a crazy way. I never feel what you do into me. Yeah, I feel like I'm the worst. Susie's the worst. She pulls cards and goes, I can't help you. Ta-da! Like, okay. No. Okay, I'm going to take it. The world upside down. So whatever it is that you feel like is holding you back. So what they just showed me is one of my signs, my symbols. It is the... I hope you are all old to, I'm worried about a few people that are young that don't, but if you've ever been at like an old fashioned stuff from my time, like a pinball machine, and it has that spring, right? And if you were at a pinball machine and it was your time and that spring would not release, so the ball can go do all the things and see what's going to happen next, that would be really, really, really frustrating. And that's what I feel like this is. I feel like there's a suspension to the release. When this does release, I see the board lighting up. God, does anyone not know what I'm talking about? Like an old-fashioned pinball machine? I hope. I hope that y'all know what I'm talking about, so you understand the analogy. With this world in reverse, this is just confirmation. This inner conflict for you, I feel like that's the confirmation we need, that this isn't like you're doing this Okay, so sometimes we have inner conflict, right? And what we do is instead of fixing something, we leave. Because the Six of Swords is like, oh, it's leaving choppy waters for smoother waters, right? But is that really smoother waters? Is it what we think will be smoother because we just don't have to deal with the conflict where we're going, right? But the conflict is inside and we take it with us. What I always say about the Six of Swords is when you're going anywhere with that Six of Swords, please remember, these are your words, these are your thoughts, this is your communication styles, this is your trauma response in relationships. You're taking all that with you. You are taking all of that with you. So when we are leaving the, good on you, Sag, because what I feel is you're like, I'm not participating in this toxicity. This is no longer working for me. I'm a go, right? I'm a go, and I'm going to go for better scenarios, better environment, because it is important for us to sometimes change our environment, and our group, our people, our circle can change. However, you looked inward to make sure that you are not escaping your own bad habits, escaping your own, if somebody that gets into fights everywhere they go, at some point you have to think, am I one of those people where I think I'm really polite, but it comes off rude and I need to walk around with a tape recorder? There is some kind of inner reflection here that you doubt yourself for a second. That reflection, that accountability, that concern that you're just going to leave the pan into the fire, is life-changing for you. It's an episode of Office where Stanley says, did I stutter, to Michael? And Michael's like, I give these people everything they want. I'm not hard on them. I can't understand why they don't respect me. And it's a little bit of that vibe. Like, whatever happens in this moment that makes you worry, did I make the right decision, is going to bring you down a rabbit hole, quite honestly, Sag. That's going to bring you to the place where you hear yourself say, I don't understand why this isn't happening because this is how I do things. And realizing it's just something simple about how you express boundaries, because people have been unkind to you. Woo! People have been unkind to you, or not believed in you, or have been mean to other people. And so you don't want to be that person. You could never be that person. You don't want to be that person. And in an effort to avoid being the asshole, quite frankly, you have been so kind, so nice, so forgiving that it has not put down boundaries. And you think, I'm being kind to somebody, I'm showing them how I want to be treated, but there's some place in you that you have to find both. And this is very Sag energy. They want everyone to win. Not that Sag is not they're not capable of ghosting, and we're all human. We all have, we're all capable of bad habits, or snarky one-liners at somebody, or hurting somebody's feelings, right? But what this is about is sitting in this, feeling like this is suspended or on hold, or that ball is pulled back for pinball and you don't get to release it yet, is so that you can find whatever it is for you. And it definitely is something it feels like two different groups here. I have somebody that thinks that the way that they speak is doesn't invite arguments, but it does, and they don't realize maybe it's the way that they're phrasing things. They're so excited that they know something, that they can share something, like that ninth house energy, that they don't realize the way they're saying it is making the other person feel like, did you think that I was stupid for not knowing that? And they're excited. They think that they're sharing and growing somebody else. So for some of you, especially with those swords here, this could be not what you say, how you say it kind of thing. And I know that sounds so simple and something you would say to elementary school class, but there is something, this is a intricate web. But back in your life, somebody was an asshole. Back in your life, somebody made you feel like you were too pretty or too happy or too go-lucky or too like not as serious, and like watered down their perception of how intelligent, how knowledgeable you were. So now at this point, you want everyone to know how knowledgeable you, but it's coming off in a way that is off-putting to other people, or you think that you're just polite when you speak to people and you're not. For others of you, this is about so not wanting to be the asshole that you think that you're inviting other people to be as kind as you, but what you're doing is kind of walking around kind of with one hand over your eye. I don't know why they're showing me that, but they are like not wanting to see bad behaviors and believing that everybody can be as nice as you can be, and it's inviting people to take advantage of you instead of being kind to you. Once you go down the rabbit hole and figure out whatever it is for you, these two get to turn like this. Wheel of Fortune and the World is huge. I just got done saying when the Wheel of Fortune came out, that is closing a chapter. This is closing a book. This is big, good, big money, everything. Good. Good, good, good. You are suspended so you can go down the rabbit hole. Sag, I love that reading for you. Caps. Capricorns. How you doing? Yeah. I said one of the t-shirts that I wanted to make. I've been so busy with like membership and stuff like that that I haven't been paying as much attention to like my Etsy store. That's like a side thing. Not even a side thing. It's like an accessory of the side thing. But I want to make a Sagittarius shirts that says like, you know, I Sagittarius and I know things. Like I just Sagittarius is very, very wise, but they also want everyone to win, and they can sometimes either water themselves down or have had fights with people. Sag placements, this is Jupiter on the ascendant too, had fights with people about whether they knew things or not, because Sag also can be very kind of, you know, they're Jupiterian. If you know a Sag rising, they probably have one of the best, most distinctive laughs. Even if the laugh is like, and sometimes the laugh is polarizing. Some like it's endearing if you love that person, but if you don't love that person, you might find their laugh annoying, but it's big. It makes a big statement. I know. I have to get back to the drawing board. I will. I'll make shirts for all 12 and then I'll let you all know. And if you guys don't know, and Emily is working on the dates for the 2024 moon calendar, so you can like figure out when you have a lot of energy and when you don't have a lot of energy according to like moon phases or certain transits. So you don't schedule yourself a million things to get done on a day that you well know that you want to be in bed and you can barely, and you're going to have a headache. So, because we are run by the moon so much. Anyway. But there's a community 10 code for anyone. It's just all caps community 10, and that works in the Etsy shop if you're one of my subscribers, if you're any part of this community in any way. That's like a evergreen 10% off in the Evolutionary Goods Etsy shop. Okay. Right, but like certain, like for some people, like Aries moon makes them feel energized, and for other people, depending on your other placements, it can make them feel, everybody's different. So it has less to do, I mean, it will have to do with the phase you're born in, but it's really, really interesting. Pisces moon wipes a lot of people out. I usually do pretty well getting shit done on a Pisces moon. It depends. And I have almost no Pisces in my chart. Okay, so we have Capricorn. You have the Four of Wands, which good on you. This is the 1111. This is divine guided. This is celebration. It's really hard to make the Four of Wands bad, depending on the other cards. This could be marriage, celebration, something coming up, right? Five of Wands came out again. A little bit of inner conflict, but you're either getting over it or you're not looking at it. And then we have the Magician, which is the witch in this deck. This is, I don't remember. This, I'm going to do a video on all my decks. So there you go. Because this is why I need one. I need one for me. In this, it is the witch. Instead of the Magician, it is upside down. Now, when I get the Magician upside down, that means such an interesting read. The Magician upside down for me can feel like manipulation. Somebody trying to I don't want to say like throwing intentions at you, but like this feels like somebody's studying you. Studying you to bring you, yeah. This is like studying you so that they could be who you've been looking for. With the Five of Wands in here, I feel like Capricorn, just keep your friends close, your enemies closer, Capricorn. For only a few of you, is this the relationship you're in? For only a few of you, is this the relationship you're in and they got to you? Or they're getting to you and who they are is not who they are. It's not even gaslighting because you're hard pressed to gaslight Capricorn. Good luck. You're hard pressed to gaslight a Cap. It can be done, but not sustainably. This feels like this has been going on a while. You might be able to gaslight them for a day or two or in a moment, but I don't think you're gaslighting them to the point of you're going to get a proposal out of them. Capricorn also likes to save people. What do we call Capricorn in here? Let's see if anybody remembers. I haven't said it in a minute, but what do I call Capricorn? There's a captain attached to it. Let's see if anyone remembers. I have some OGs in this room right now, so they might. You may not be looking at... You may not be looking you may be ignoring the red flags you feel within inside because this person has so many green flags. And yes, it's one of my creme brulee signs. Maricella's comment sent me, sorry. We're such cancers, Maricela. Yes, Mystic Harmony. It's Captain Save-A-Ho. I love you all so much. I often call Capricorn Captain Save-A-Ho because they were an adult when they were kids. Like, hi, Tanya. You picked a good time to come in. Because often they had to be adults when they should have been kids. So they're used to like taking care of others and taking care of people and sometimes stepping in when an adult should have. So like it's ingrained in who they are, this kind of, but oh man, I don't like saying this kind of stuff. Capricorn, I feel like somebody might have put a little like a block on you, some energy work on you. I don't like it. Either that or I'm telling you this person like studied something about you. Now, for some of you, this is about them getting into like an internship or getting in like to your company or like pretending to be. You're like, yes, this is what I've been looking for. So be careful of that. You know what? Honestly, for some of you, you're so happy with your person, your hire, whoever this is. Like, you are ready to go off and like, if Capricorn decides you're it, right? Capricorns are the marrying type. But they're also just, they're not, if you feel like a waste of their time, ain't nobody got time for that. They got to climb the mountain. They got shit to do. They got a legacy to leave. They have people to save. So if a Capricorn decides, like really decides on you, like it is 4 of Wands energy. You might have somebody very jealous. And you might have somebody trying to like mess it up. You could have a divine connection with one person. And I don't think you went looking for it, but it's there. You know, for some of you, this person might not be fully free. And you may be leaving it alone. But you still have interaction with them one way or another. And there's somebody else. They may not be with that person. There's... if you have 10th house placements, if you have Saturn near your ascendant, also if you're Aquarius rising, and obviously if you have Capricorn placements, just make sure you do the like, I release any energy that isn't mine to carry. But before you do that, please do the good old fashioned, spirit, universe, spirits and guides, whoever you like. You can, if it's Cookie Monster, I don't care. But talk to your peoples and just ask them if it's in my highest good. I call back all of my power to me now from anyone using it with or without my permission, and then do your protections. Then do the releasing any energy and rejecting. Now, I'm a big fan of transmutation, which means somebody wants to send me, I say this all the time because they used to say this, you know, it's real chill here. You go live on TikTok, it's a whole different story because you're just getting everybody, right? And so a lot of people either want to tell you you're going to hell, or they want to talk about what your body looks like, or whatever. And I always say, go ahead, pull up to the gas station and offer to pay for my gas, because you give me energy, I'm going to transmute it and turn it into good energy. This kind of energy, this is not stuff you want to transmute. You just want to reject it. And it's exactly who you think it is, Capricorn. This is for you because it's divinely guided. Damn, now I want to do... I still have to do the Capricorn extended reading. For members, I may throw in this card as well because I'm very curious. I want to know who that Magician in reverse is. Okay, Aquarius, and then Pisces, and then we're done. What did I do? I got that song stuck in my head now because I used it as an Instagram sound. I get so weak in the knees, hardly speak, I lose all control. Something comes over me. I don't get it. I was watching one of those TikToks where somebody walks around like a place of business and says, finish the line. And she just said, I get so weak. And she even sang it. And 2 people, maybe 3 out of like 15 knew that song. And I was like, how did people not know that song? All different ages. Yeah, and obviously if you want to look into anything, if I say anything, if it strikes a nerve, if you just want to look into your chart in sessions, we do a lot more astrology and energy work and reiki, and I can do intention work and some candle work and like, yeah. Okay, this person's name is not obvious, so like that's a candle and it's a working. So we can do a lot more in a session. Okay. Aquarius, you have the 4 of Wands too. It's in reverse. What's interesting is we have the 6 of Wands, which is success. This is a good thing. And we have the Hierophant. When I get the 4 of Wands and the Hierophant together, that's usually marriage. So when one of them is in, when we have 4 of Wands in reverse, I'm just going to say this how it is because it's Aquarius and y'all allow me to do that in such a beautiful way. Aquarius, this might be the escape you need to congratulate yourself on. That 6 of Wands, she is celebrating. She is relaxed. She is, yeah. Like, she's not even flexing hard to carry all those wands. And she's got people watching her. This Hierophant has 3 faces. It's a little ominous looking. You're either in some kind of a split, possibly going through an actual divorce or separation, or you're going through a business split. Here's my Neutrogena. She's bartending. Well, we don't know that there's anything, you know, we don't know that those are spirits and that. In that canteen or whatever she's got there. If you're worried about how a settlement is going to work out, don't, Aquarius. I mean, that is you being successful in a split from someone that also involves legal matters because we have the Hierophant here. Also, it's important to say, like, absolutely your journey with them, your time with them was divinely guided. It was supposed to happen. You weren't wrong. You didn't pick wrong, any of that. You know what? If it's not, if the reading feels like you have to invite anxiety or fear to make it fit, then don't. Then don't. Because, and that'll happen. You'll resonate to a reading that has nothing to do with your sun sign, and then your sun sign reading might come, and it doesn't feel like it's for you. The only other thing that's in here is there's some kind of old-fashioned conventional authority figure, religion, somebody who knows that like the only way to do things, and it's not the only way to do things here. Very stubborn, not willing to like move, be progressive at all. And they are not helping your situation. Whatever this is, this was the last card out. That Six of Wands. So whatever it is, you conquer it, Aquarius. But if you're worried about how a settlement is going to work out, don't. If you're worried about whether this person is going to permanently cause problems in a marriage or a business partnership, don't. You have the Six of Wands here. One way or the other, this may be you outgrowing someone. You did not start that, like when you started. When I say you're outgrowing somebody, it doesn't necessarily mean you're outgrowing the marriage partner or the committed partner. Maybe you live together and maybe some things are legal, but it's not like marriage. You're outgrowing this person. For some of you, this person was somebody you met when you were younger. They nurtured you. They were your advice because they were hoping to turn you into them. You have outgrown this person. They're not dealing well with that. You still come out like this, Aquarius. And the unbothered in this Six of Wands, I'm living for it. Because if anything says Aquarius, it's an unbothered Six of Wands. That's an unbothered queen right there. Yeah. If this is you, you already know you're in the split. This isn't predicting a divorce, FYI. If you're having problems with your marriage and you have a meddling mother-in-law or some kind of in-law or an older sibling of your person, any of that, you're gonna win. You win. They will not. Be as Aquarian and as unbothered as possible. Instead of telling them like, well, I'm not going to do things that way, just go, okay. But you win, Aquarius. 1000% you win. And I love it for you. All right, let's do something. I have not used this deck in forever. It's so tiny. All right, this is for Pisces. Oh, Jan, I had to read that so many times. Okay, a horn. Got it. Shove my glasses on. Okay. Oh, you're going to a mediation. Yeah, it could be about business too. This is my holographic Rider-Waite. They're little babies though. Pisces, you got a King of Wands here. You got a Three of Wands. It's all wands. Brown chicken, brown cow. Who's got a brown chicken, brown cow sticker to put up? Juan, Maricela. Members have their own set of stickers they can use. One of them is brown chicken, brown cow. Pisces. We need a fourth card. We need a fourth card. Look at, I'm having crazy professor here. Yeah, Shauna, you should have one of those too. That's interesting. My mouse is just moving around on its own. That's my afternoon mantra. That's the bumpa to bumpa. There should be a brown chicken, brown cow. That's the bumpa to bumpa. Right? There's brown chicken, brown cow. Brown chicken, brown cow. And there's a universe be like, and all the planets have like faces. And I can't forget, I said what I said is the last one. Brown chicken, brown cow. Y'all whipping out that bumper to bumper though. Bumper to bumper. I love that my mom is like immortalized in this like silly, fun way. The bumper to bumper caught on after Lee told that story. Okay. We have King of Wands on one end and a Page of Pentacles in reverse on the other. When we have, what's interesting is, so we have Two of Wands where you pick one, and then we have Three of Wands where, you know, Two of Wands, you pick what you picked, now you're waiting for your ship to come in, right? Then this Three of Wands is like, okay, I picked this, but I'm picking that one, but I have to leave two other things behind, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to make the sacrifice. Annika's got all three. Oh, this is hilarious. I know they are small. I can't make them any bigger. So when it's in reverse, you might worry about the decision you made. We have a King of Wands. We like a king. King of Wands is confident. It's passionate. He's brown chicken, brown cow in a good way all the time, not just like once in a while. Not like the Knight of Wands running in, dropping your panties and running back out. But this Page of Pentacles is like, there could be some fear about this won't have stability because this is so good. And did I make the right decision? You're like leaving room. Here's the thing about Pisces. It's really interesting. They love love. Pisces loves love, right? It's a water sign. It's cotton candy. And they love, sometimes a Capricorn Pisces, I kind of really like that together because they balance each other out so well. And when the Capricorn is ready to have fun and be whatever they need to be to like release, Pisces is right there for them. They are like the release dealer. If you have a Pisces in your life, you know that is like your release. That is your escapism dealer. They got what you want. They got what you need. If you need to escape, go find your Pisces friend, right? This King of Wands, but also Capricorn, the Capricorn placements or the Capricorn person or the Capricorn, like I have 10th house placements, so I can feel kind of Capricorn, even though I'm not, and I don't have any Capricorn actual placements. Right? Like this King of Wands is so fiery and so passionate. You're almost worried, like in the past, those people don't turn out to be stable. Don't confuse the Knight of Wands with the King of Wands, Pisces. Two different people. The King of Wands runs in, runs out, gets all of that love. They take a big hit off the Pisces. Probably get a few poems out of you, maybe a romantic night or two, and then they get back on their horse and go on their merry way with their big wand, right? The King of Wands is sitting. He wants to stay. There is some kind of worry, Pisces, that like you picked the wrong one. I'm going to leave room for this guy to turn out to a jerk. Fire and water are very interesting together. Now, it's supposed to be like earth and water and fire and air, which is interesting to me, right? Because earth and water just make mud and fire and air make bigger fire. So while those polarities, and also if you didn't know, in the old patriarchal tradition, fire and air are masculine and water and earth are feminine polarities. That doesn't, obviously, it's gender free. We're talking about polarities. But I really quite like, and maybe that's because I'm a person who's got a ton of fire, and lots of water, right? So like I really like, and I have a little earth and I have air. I have all four, but I do, you know, I don't mind my water and my fire together. This is a really, it can almost feel uncomfortable, and you could be getting to the uncomfortable place where like and this could have been a decision to pick this person over what everybody else thought. This could be a decision to pick this person over another person. Pisces, Jupiter or Neptune near the ascendant, 12th house placements. This journey of I picked, I'm unsure, what if they're unstable? It is not as much about this King of Wands. Well, King energy, I mean, and you have your own relationship. Somebody saying King of Wands is always the player card for me. You have your own relationship with your cards, and that's nobody's business but you in spirit, right? But traditionally, a king is the mature energy, the seasoned mature energy. So they don't take the fire energy and abuse it or misuse it the way a knight or a page could come with a message, and the message, you know, sometimes pages don't have the most reliable messages because it's an immature form of giving you that communication in a fiery elemental, you know, way, in that kind of energy. So for me, the Knight of Wands is the player. That's the F-boy. But F-boy or F-girl, just F energy, which is fine if that's what everyone, you know, is none of your business, right? Like it's not anyone else's business. But the King of Wands is creative and passionate and sits in that all the time. And that's the point. One's on a horse, he's trying to get in and trying to get out, right? The other one, the other one is sitting. This reading, Pisces, as always, it's a little less about the King of Wands and are they going to do you wrong? Are they going to bring more instability into your cotton candy wall life than it is of trusting yourself to pick right because you feel like you've been hard on yourself about picking right. This is 2 wands, and the 3 wands in reverse is a whole lot of not trusting your own decisions. And should you be looking at anyone to be bringing in that stability other than yourself? Now, when we break from a person, sure, that can create instability. But that should be temporary instability. This is what I kind of talk about. This is bringing me to the Nine of Cups, Ace of Cups, 10 of Cups. So I always say the best 10 of Cups equation, because like we can add 10, we can get to 10 by adding 2 to 8 or 3 to 7, right? 6 to 4, 5 and 5. But my favorite combination of this is the 9 cups with the 1 cup. Because if you have that 9 cups for yourself and somebody just brings you in that offer of love, that 1 cup, then you have the 10 of Cups, and that's beautiful, right? And life is what it is, and we live in the moment. And if God forbid happen in the relationship, and yet still something can happen, right? For any reason that 1 cup goes away, you're still left with the 9 cups. You're still the stability. Eartha Kitt. Go look up Eartha Kitt on relationships and thank me later if you haven't seen it, if you don't know. I fall in love with myself every day, and I want someone to fall in love with me and fall in love with the way I fall in love with myself. That's so important for Pisces. Also, I'm going to put up an Instagram post for Pisces later. Specifically, I found it the other day and I was like, I need to put this up for my Pisces. So it's for everyone, but it's especially for Pisces. The insignificance. You know, and Pisces also loves love, but they'll also pull back. If they're worried that you're going to hurt them after they've been scarred quite a bit, they'll pull back. They ghost. Cotton candy. Just wait, where'd they go? So I don't ever recommend for anybody to ghost anybody because communication is always better, says the Gemini Mercury and the Aries Moon. That's going to really say the thing, right? But yeah. Ooh, try to stay steady. Just sit in a while of your like, did I pick the right thing? And don't put the heaviness, don't put it on yourself like that. Because don't forget, yes, you're picking, to some degree you're picking, right? We do so much about like the picking, but don't forget that universe brings us people for a fucking reason. And we're not without our own choices, and we are certainly full of free will, and that can help so, so much. However, universe still brings us people for a reason, and there's still something about that person that makes us engage. My very inappropriate Pluto on the ascendant, Scorpion-like dark humor always says, you know, you won't get in the van unless you think there's puppies and candy. So when that person comes along that you're punishing yourself for having a relationship with, don't forget that there were puppies and candy in that van. You got in because universe needed to take you someplace. And obviously, you know, that does not apply to like abusive situations and things like that. But my observation, both through the trauma-informed education and through just consults, is that people are really trepidatious about the next person and trusting themselves because they did a dance with somebody that universe put on their path and on purpose, you know? I'm not mad at the brown chicken brown cow. And, you know, a King of Wands is not the worst thing for a Pisces who can get prone to, like, temporary active bouts of depressive vibe. Because the King of Wands can stay home with you, can nest with you, and still make it fun. And still make it, like... They'll allow you to be who you are and still find a way to like keep you home, but keep you fed, I want to say. All right. I'm going to give away a reading. The only thing I ask is if you have won in the last like 3 months or so, that you're more than welcome to play. But then I'm going to go to the next person that has not had the opportunity to win. All right. And this is for a half an hour because I found that giving away 15-minute readings is inauthentic and bullshit because I will end up giving you a half an hour. So let's call it what it is so that I can schedule it for how it's going to be. And please like and share. I'm going to pull an oracle card, then we're going to give away a reading. But if you're watching this, can you please take a second while I'm shuffling the oracle card? Like and share. It doesn't matter if you share it to yourself on Messenger. It does not matter if you just press the copy. But YouTube sees the share. Just press all the buttons, please. I've been steadily climbing, and I'm really grateful for that. I just... you know, but I will be very grateful for the boost. I'm just gonna, well, first I'm gonna read an oracle of Vanessa because I feel called to do so. And then I'll either like hold something and you guys guess the color. We're going to do our intuition. It'll be completely random. I just ask that you also like and share, please. And I can see like the numbers going up for the likes, so I appreciate it. Oh, where is the book for that? All I can hear is leaf blowers going on. Where I live, it's gorgeous. So many trees. And I get, we have to leaf blow. We have to do those things. But last year I paid somebody a ridiculous amount of money to come take the leaves off of my property. And within 2 days, everybody else's, the tree's still shedding. And then all you need is a good breeze and everybody else's leaves are on. I mean, it's nuts. Like, I don't get it. I'm mad now because I cannot find... the book for this. Oh, here it is. Okay. That's me being mad, by the way. Don't believe everything you hear about an Aries moon. This is cracking myself up. You know when you have an inside joke with somebody? That's an inside joke with me. Me, myself, and I. Okay. And then get ready because we're going to give away the reading. All right. 32, and this is the Shaman's Dream Oracle, which was a lovely gift from Shauna in the community. Connectivity, no separation, the feeling state. Approaching any oracle requires you to come with certain expectations. You're either looking for confirmation of what you already know or attempting to shed light on what eludes you, on the obvious path you're on. You're asking whether you will reach a desired goal of some kind. You're rarely able to see beyond memory or projection. And so naturally, everyone comes to the oracle with a narrow perception of what's possible. Imagine what the answer to your question is not about landing. Imagine the answer to your question is not about landing at a particular destination, meeting a goal, connecting to a special lover, reaching an end game, or experiencing anything specific. Instead, a shimmering web of jewels you did not know existed. The world is interconnected in a living web of energy. It isn't possible to know how any of it works. But know this, what is in your highest good is a sparkling jewel that lights up for you among the web of possibilities. You just need to know how you want to feel and choose this consciously. Afternoon mantras keep going. Okay. I'm going to read that part again. Know this, what is in your highest good is a sparkling jewel that lights up for you among the web of possibilities. You just need to know how you want to feel and choose this consciously. Okay. All right, now we're going to, thank you for the glasses. Now we're going to, I'm going to grab something. Actually, I have a whole thing of candles here. Make sure, okay, none of that was on camera. All right, are we all ready? I am holding something. And the first person to guess the color is the winner of the reading. Once you've won the reading, you're going to go to my website and go to free community spaces. And that is how you get the reading. But you'll have to email me first so I know who you are and I can connect your email with You're a screen name. Also, if you're thinking of joining membership or you have joined membership, please know that anyone that joins, I don't get anything but your YouTube name. You may give YouTube your email, your financial information, your real name, your gov, your address. I don't see any of that. All I see is, you know, fire spirit joined membership. So I don't know, anything else. So if you join, make sure you watch the welcome video, which has the links for the Google. And the way that I can provide all of the perks, and there's a lot, is that because the Google sheet then does its own spreadsheet, I have everything on automation. So I may know you forever. Please still fill out the Google sheet. Okay, one person guessed it, but they won something fairly recently. So I'm waiting for the next person. All right, close your eyes, take a deep breath, connect with me. Big, 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 deep breath. Feel that air inflate all the way down to your root chakra, and I get so weak in the knees. All you speak and lose all control. Something comes over me in a phase, so amazed. Now creeping over my feet. This is a good one. I kind of gave a hint already if you picked it up. Jacqueline. It's orange. It's my orange candle, which I think I just broke. Then once, yeah. So, Jacqueline, I'm excited it's you. I don't think you've won anything, maybe ever. Annika guessed it. Boom, straight out the gate. It was the first guess, but Annika won something recently that she still has yet to leave. And I see Annika once a month, and I kind of give her extra time each time because I see her once a month. When I have a special, Annika books for once a month, and then I always, if I'm having a special again around between Christmas and New Year's, I do every year, that my birthday, they're 6 months apart. And when I do that, it's considerable savings. And so if I see that you're booking for once a month, I'm going to give you extra time because you're a frequent flyer. So I'm positive Annika is not upset with me. So, yeah. Always go with your gut instinct. That's really interesting. So Jacqueline said she thought she saw orange right away, but then when somebody else guessed it and I wasn't saying, oh, love you back, Annika. Yeah, I have a couple of people that whenever I have a special, they just book out. Hi, Verity. Yeah, so it was orange. Always trust yourself. Always trust yourself. Okay, guys, I love you. I'll be back Wednesday for fire signs. I will get the earth signs extended for members up later today. We have our second Zoom party. We started all of this November 1st membership, but we already we're going to have a week from today, we'll have our second Zoom party. I like to say what I mean and mean what I say. And I would rather under promise and over deliver. And then we'll be deciding our subjects for December's this week. So members, please look out for stuff like that, because then I feel bad if you can't make it because you missed the emails about when we were like picking or anything else like that. Especially the nerds, because they're supposed to get two, both. And what I may end up having to do is do like 3, so that at different times. But yeah, so the subject matter will be going out to nerds and Astro Club. And the content is for everyone, and that will be up later today. And I'll get t-shirts up for the Zodiacs on the Etsy, because now y'all inspired me. And I will start putting up polls about things that you want to see at the Christmas party, the holiday party. We're just going to call it a holiday party. It's a bad habit, sorry. I love you, know you love you, and I will see you all soon. Bye.